Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dhiya Amalin binti Muhammad Kamal from Sekolah Menengah Imtiaz Yayasan Terengganu Setiu TFT 6002. Today, I'll be doing a book review of one of my favorite novel, The Twisted Ones. This book is actually the sequel in the Five Nights at Freddy's trilogy, which comes after The Silver Eyes and before The Foreclosed, but I'll review them next time. The Twisted Ones contains 295 pages, which is less than the other books, and it's written by Scott Cawthon and Kira Britt Risley. These books are based on an indie horror game called Five Nights at Freddy's, and it's actually quite popular among teenagers these days, including me, of course. Before I jump into the plot of the book, I want to talk about the genre, which are both horror and thriller. For those who don't read this kind of genre, it's kinda hard for you to adapt it because it contains a lot of bloody and gory scenes. But don't worry about it. Moving on to the plot. This book is about the main character Charlie Emily, or Charlotte Emily, who wants to investigate deeper about the past of her father's creations, also known as the animatronics, the lost soul of dead kids, and about her twin brother's tragic death. But Charlie was not alone in this. Friends of her, Jessica, John, and Clay, were always with her, ready to help. After what happened in the first book, Charlie wasn't very satisfied when she found out that the one who killed her twin brother was actually her father's business partner, the masked murderer William Afton. And guess what? He's already dead. Charlie killed him in the first book, which he got spring locked after she triggered it. For those who wondering, what is a spring lock? Spring locks are basically the animatronics mascot system that could crash a person inside it if the mascot interacts with any types of liquids, but sometimes not only liquids. When I said that Afton was killed by Charlie, that doesn't mean he's fully dead. It's only his dead corpse that has been decayed since the day he got himself killed. But Afton's soul still lives in that disgusting, corrupted yellow rabbit mascot. So when I was reading this book, I've got tons of mixed feelings because sometimes I don't know how to react to certain scenes because it can be both depressing and it's giving anxiety at the same moment, which makes the books more interesting than ever. Imagine you're reading a heart-wrenching scene followed by a sudden intense moment has ever written. I would scream my lungs out. Speaking about those scenes, I forgot to mention about how well written the characters are in the book. Even the side characters are given significant moments. I love how Jessica struggled herself to help her best friend on a journey to find the truth about Charlie's past, even though Jessica is squeamish, and how John loves her until the very moment of death. But on top, Claybird will always be one of my favorite characters. I just love how he treats those kids like they are his own children sometimes. But of course, I'm not forgetting about my number one favorite out of all those characters, the man behind the slaughter himself, William Afton. I just love his psychotic personality. I'm so sorry. But it is so frustrating knowing that Charlie didn't survive the last attack, but still, I realized that this book has very great values about friendship. They say, if you lose a friend, you lose half of yourself. This novel teaches me how to accept the truth about how cruel this world can be, to move on from the dark past. Life goes on and we have to keep moving. Okay, now let's talk again about the genre of this book. Seriously, if you're not a horror fan and hates bloody scenes, at least give it a try because I don't think it's too dark for teenagers like me to read it. Besides, the books has many adventures and there are lots of mysteries that we need to discover throughout the journey. Let's just ignore about the scary stuff. Instead, we should keep focused on the storyline. Besides, something like that. Not just that, if you just enjoy one genre like romance, sometimes we need to get out from our cocoon and try varieties of genre like science fiction, supernatural, or even historical. Overall, I'll rate this book 4 out of 5. I personally love the first book more than this one, which I gave it a 5, but the action in this sequel is far greater than the first. I'll be honest, I've almost gone mad while reading this book. I think that's the end of my book review. All I hope is that you all can enjoy my review. And honestly, I'm not forcing anyone to try read it, but I highly recommend it to you guys. I'll be ending this video now. Thank you for watching and goodbye.